Ready to see how you can still find shockingly powerful, and in some places controversial, defensive gadgets on major marketplaces like Amazon? Keep watching. This video walks through 35 of the most eyebrow-raising tools that blur the line between self-defense, all while explaining what they do, why they raise red flags, and how they're usually framed as legal personal protection items. This is for information and awareness only, not endorsement. Always check local laws before use. Now, let's get into the list. Stun gun flashlight. This is a classic dual-purpose tool, a high-output LED torch combined with a concealed stun module. At first glance, it's a simple tactical flashlight, but press the hidden switch and it delivers a powerful electric shock designed to incapacitate for seconds. Manufacturers market these as defense tools for joggers or late-shift workers, and the flashlight silhouette helps it fly under the radar. Key concerns: voltage ratings, probe design, and the fact many jurisdictions treat possession the same as a stun gun. It's compact, intimidating, and very effective as a short-range deterrent. SABRE Pepper Spray. Ubiquitous name in personal security, SABRE's pepper formula is designed for maximum temporary incapacitation. The canisters are small, easy to carry, and come with quick-deploy clips and safety flips to prevent accidental discharge. Variants include gels and stream formulas that reduce blowback and increase accuracy. Because it's non-lethal and widely sold, it's often considered legal. But potency and range make it a serious, incapacitating agent. Used strictly for emergency defense and no local restrictions before you carry one. Pocket knife. Seemingly mundane, the pocket knife hides a world of legal nuance. Folding blades marketed as EDC, everyday carry, often have razor-sharp edges, reinforced tangs, and quick-deploy mechanisms. The line between utility and weapon is the blade length, locking mechanism, and intent. High-end EDCs are built with premium steel, ergonomic grips, and deployment speeds that make them formidable in close quarters. For many, the pocket knife is the silent legal last resort, but some places treat specific blade types or assisted open mechanisms as restricted items. Twin-blade BATARANG, a nod to comic book fantasies. These twin-blade throwables are inspired by old martial arts cast weapons, but modernized for home defense and sport. Designed with balance points for accurate throws, they look menacing and can deliver significant cutting power if they connect. Many sellers present them for display, cosplay, or target practice, which helps them remain listed, but their throwing intent and blade geometry are precisely what make them controversial. Expect restrictions where throwing blades are considered dangerous weapons. Still, they sell as collector's pieces and specialty gear. Smoke machine. Not the party fogger you think of. Compact smoke generators marketed for home defense distraction use CO2 or quick heating elements to create thick transient smoke. These devices are pitched as non-harmful ways to obscure vision and delay an intruder while you escape. The tech is simple but effective. Dense fog combined with a loud alarm, and lights can disorient. The legal angle? It's usually sold as a theatrical device, which keeps it legal. The ethics and risks, suffocation, fire hazard, panic, are why many experts warn against improvised use inside confined spaces. Spy Pen 4K camera. Everything about this looks innocent, a functional pen that writes and slips into a pocket. But inside there's a high-resolution 4K camera, motion detection, and micro SD storage. Stealth cams like this blur legal boundaries because they can record without obvious consent, a surveillance tool marketed to private investigators or for home monitoring. The hardware is small, battery efficient, and surprisingly clear at night. Responsible use is critical. In many places, covert recording in private spaces is illegal. Sellers often label them for meetings or for note-takers to avoid platform takedowns. Thermal camera handheld thermal imagers used to be restricted to professionals. Now lightweight versions are available to consumers. They detect body heat at significant distances, helping homeowners or search teams find hidden movement in darkness or behind thin foliage. On the defensive side, thermal can reveal an intruder's position without exposing you. However, High-resolution thermal sensors can also be used for surveillance and pursuit, which raises privacy concerns. Vendors pitch them as search and rescue tools or hunting aids. Buyers must be aware of legal and ethical implications before using them for monitoring people. Steel-throwing stars. A classic controversial item, multi-point throwing stars designed for distance and penetration. Traditionally a martial arts weapon, modern versions are machined from hardened steel with sharpened edges and balanced bores. While some collectors buy them for historical display or sport throwing, their aerodynamic shape and cutting edges make them hazardous. Many jurisdictions ban possession outright. Where available, they're often listed as novelty or display pieces. If you see them on a marketplace, treat them as restricted items that should never be used in real confrontations. Green laser pointer. Green lasers are marketed for presentations in astronomy, but higher power versions are used to disorient or temporarily blind. The human eye is more sensitive to green wavelengths, which makes these lasers appear brighter at the same power. In the wrong hands, a focused beam can cause afterimages, impair night vision, or distract drivers and pilots, which is why high-power pointers are regulated in many countries. On their product pages, they're for astronomy or for construction, but their ability to draw or blind attention makes them controversially powerful if misused. Pepper spray gun. Not a small canister. This is a launcher that fires concentrated pepper projectiles or streams at longer ranges. With improved accuracy, it increases the distance between defender and aggressor, reducing personal risk and limiting the need for close contact. Provoke Folding XA compact folding knife with a reinforced X frame and rapid deploy hinge. The Provoke X series blends aggressive geometry with everyday portability. When opened, it locks into a strong tactical profile, suited for piercing and controlled cutting. Manufacturers emphasize utility and rescue features, like seatbelt cutters or glass breakers, to maintain sale listings, but the blade profile and lock strength make it an effective close-quarters tool. Where you carry it and how you use it matter. In many regions, folding knives with aggressive blades trigger legal restrictions or require careful justification. Tactical baton telescoping or fixed batons engineered for law enforcement are now available in compact civilian models. Constructed from hardened steel or composite alloys, these batons extend with a flick and provide blunt force stopping power at mid-range. They're marketed as crowd control and rescue tools, useful for breaking car windows or creating distance. Ownership is legal in some areas, but prohibited in others. The baton's design prioritizes impact transfer and durability. It's not subtle, and its presence alone often deters escalation. If carried, training and legal awareness are essential. Voice changer. Device. Younger viewers might think this is a prank tool, but hardened voice modulators can mask identity on calls or over radios for privacy in sensitive situations. Tech ranges from simple pitch shifters to advanced processors that cloak vocal signatures. Security professionals sometimes use voice anonymizers for witness protection or undercover work. The risk arises when anonymity is used to deceive, threaten, or coordinate wrongdoing. Marketplaces sell them as privacy gadgets for journalists and activists, but legal and ethical boundaries are razor thin when used to mislead authorities or commit fraud. Spy earpiece. Tiny wireless earpieces with ultra-low latency are sold as study aids or language translators, but they're also used to provide covert communication during exams, performances, or clandestine coordination. The hardware pairs with microtransmitters and can be hidden inside ears without easy detection. Sellers position them for tour guides or presenters to receive prompts discreetly. Knife lighter. A novelty that merges a lighter and a small folding blade, the knife lighter is borderline by design. The compact form factor hides a sharp edge while offering a functional flame, perfect for camping but also easy to pocket discreetly. Users value convenience, but regulators and airlines see a combined ignition and cutting tool as a dual risk item. Sellers often categorize them under outdoor camping essentials, avoiding explicit weapon language. Remember, tiny blades cause big legal headaches in airports and certain public spaces. AIRSOFT BB pistol. AIRSOFT pistols mimic the look and weight of real guns, but fire plastic BBs under spring, gas, or CO2 power. Higher-end models are built with realistic recoil, metal slides, and high FPS rates, making them useful for training or simulation. However, realistic appearance and the potential to intimidate or be misidentified by law enforcement make their public use risky. Many places require bright orange tips or specific transport rules. On marketplaces, they're sold for sport and training, but buyer discretion and safe handling are musts. Bike license plate flipper, a small mechanical module that flips or conceals a license plate at the push of a button, marketed primarily to extreme customization and privacy enthusiasts. For street use, it's a clear legal no-go in most jurisdictions because it impedes identification by law enforcement or toll systems. Vendors often list them as off-road or for show use only to avoid regulatory removal. Despite being a clever gadget, its primary utility, obscuring identity, is precisely why it's banned for road use almost everywhere. STREETWISE stun gun, a palm-sized high-voltage device designed explicitly for personal protection. With ergonomic grips and safety switches, these gadgets are promoted as easy to conceal and fast to deploy. They typically stun via direct contact, delivering neuromuscular incapacitating pulses that last seconds to minutes. The power is frightening when used at close range, and many retailers pair them with LED lights or alarms for added deterrence. Universal handcuff key, a tiny metal key that claims to open a broad range of standard handcuffs, often marketed for law enforcement trainers, escape artists, or prop use. While it sounds like a novelty, possession could be questioned if found during suspicious circumstances. The key itself is simple, but its implications, enabling quick release from restraints, put it in a gray area for police and security professionals. Sellers argue it's for legitimate training use. Authorities worry about misuse in criminal settings. Paracord survival bracelet, simple on the surface, woven paracord bracelets that unravel into several feet of sturdy cord. Outdoor enthusiasts love them for emergency situations, shelter making, splints, or improvised repairs. Some variants include hidden saws, ferro rods, whistles, or cutting edges woven into the braid, which turns a benign survival aid into a discreet tool set. That concealment angle causes trouble in controlled venues. Courts and airports may treat embedded blades or wire as contraband. The survival bracelet is legal in spirit, but watch out for hidden enhancements. Mini crossbows, small, handheld crossbows mimic the feel of a pistol crossbow, and firebolts at surprising velocities. Compact models might be labeled for target practice or novelty hunting while packing considerable kinetic energy. The real concerns are range and penetration. Sellers often include safety warnings and suggest use in controlled outdoor ranges, yet availability on major platforms persists. If you're looking at one, prioritize secure storage and full legal compliance. Many regions require permits or ban them outright. Folding brass knuckles. At rest, they look like a harmless keychain or gadget, but unfold them and you've got reinforced striking surfaces designed to concentrate force into a small area. The folding mechanism is a defense to past platform rules by presenting them as novelties. Historically, brass knuckles are illegal in many places. The folding versions attempt to stay marketable by claiming collector or novelty status, but in practice they carry the same blunt force implications as fixed knuckles. Hidden camera detector, a device that scans for radio frequencies and infrared reflections to locate covert surveillance cameras. For privacy defenders and travelers, it's a powerful counter-surveillance tool. Detect a pinhole cam in a rental, dressing room, or hotel. However, dual-use concerns arise. The same tech can be used to sweep and blind legitimate law enforcement or security sensors. Sellers market them for personal safety and privacy, and while generally legal, the tech's sensitivity can trip debates around surveillance versus countermeasures. Piranha knife. A compact fixed blade with aggressive serrations and a unique tanto or recurve profile designed to maximize cutting and tearing. These piranha profiles bite into material and are often sold as rescue tools, survival blades, or tactical knives. The aggressive geometry and habitability of concealment, which is why several jurisdictions restrict possession. Manufacturers will cite rescue uses. Critics will point to the designed intent to maim, spiral boot knife. An extreme EDC, a slim spiraled blade designed to sit tucked inside a boot or ankle sheath. It's sold as a last resort defensive blade for outdoor professionals or survivalists. The spiral shape is intended for deep penetration and retention under stress. Despite rescue claims, the concealment and penetration profile mean many places ban these entirely. On marketplaces, they're often listed under collection or self-defense, but local law enforcement treats them very seriously. Viz-Punch Rippers. A modern take on palm punch weapons, compact metal grips engineered to enhance punching force through concentrated prongs or edges. Viz-Punch models are manufactured to be compact, easily concealable, and simple to deploy. They increase blunt trauma potential significantly compared to a bare fist. While marketed under personal protection and keychain tools, the intent and design mimic classic, prohibited knuckle weapons, resulting in bans in numerous regions. Benchmade Mini SOCP Dagger, a tactical folding dagger based on a popular compact blade platform. Benchmade's Mini SOCP is designed for rapid deployment, with a slim profile optimized for retention and close quarters use. The dagger geometry favors piercing and controlled slashing. Benchmade positions these as professional tools for first responders, yet their dagger point and small size often mean restricted carry in public spaces. These blades underscore the tension between mission tools and public safety rules. Pepper Spray Gel. A variation on traditional spray, the gel formula adheres to a target and resists wind or indoor blowback, improving accuracy and reducing accidental exposure to bystanders. Gel cartridges can also increase effective range slightly and reduce cross-contamination. The gel is meant to incapacitate temporarily, and vendors emphasize non-lethality and civilian defense. However, gel effects can be intense and long-lasting, and some jurisdictions regulate irritant concentrations or delivery mechanisms, so always check the law before choosing a gel over a standard spray. Bear Spray. Designed for wildlife encounters, Bear Spray contains a high-volume capsaicin formula intended to stop large animals at several meters. That same potency makes it an extreme personal defense option. The area effect and volume can incapacitate an attacker and everyone nearby. For that reason, its legal profile varies. In some places, it's legal and recommended for wilderness travel, while in others, its power and range make it subject to restrictions. GERBER GHOSTRIKE Punch Knife. A modern hybrid between a blade and a reinforced strike tool. The GHOSTRIKE name implies ghostly stealth plus strike capability. It's compact, with a reinforced tip and ergonomics focused on retention during shock. GERBER lists rescue and EDC uses, but the punch-style reinforcement and concealability push it into restricted territory in many jurisdictions. These tools demonstrate the problematic overlap between compact rescue tools and prohibited offensive weapons. RAVIN Crossbow, a premium compact crossbow platform engineered for high velocity and foldability. The RAVIN family is known for modern engineering, high arrow speeds, tight tolerances, and crossbow technology that rivals full-sized rigs while remaining easy to transport. Packages often include scopes and accessories that make them practical hunting setups. Because of kinetic capability and accuracy, many regions require permits, and some platforms restrict online sale or shipment. In other cases, they appear listed with disclaimers and hunting use framing to stay visible on marketplaces. Lipstick Stun Gun. A tiny disguise device. Looks like a cosmetic lipstick tube, but hides a high-voltage stun module. The design is entirely about concealment and surprise. It's marketed to people seeking discreet personal protection, handbag carry, travel, or night shift workers, and its lipstick facade helps it slip past casual scrutiny. Legal concerns are significant. Concealed stun devices are regulated in many areas. Chain Whip, a traditional martial arts weapon, updated in modern metallurgy. A flexible chain with weighted ends designed for striking, entangling, and control. Practiced users can generate high angular velocity. Vendors market decorative or performance versions for demonstrations and martial arts practice, which is how they stay on sale. Bad Guy Replant, a cheeky marketplace name for deployable deterrent devices that mimic trip alarms or noisemakers meant to scare intruders. These kits combine loud audio bursts, smoke, and projectiles meant to startle and disorient. Sellers package them under deterrent and home security. They're more theatrical than tactical, useful perhaps in a remote property scenario. Q-tip crossbow kit, an oddity, a small, DIY-style crossbow kit that assembles into a compact shooting toy using lightweight bolts and low-power launch mechanics. It's pitched as an educational kit or novelty, but assembled, it's still a projectile launcher. Vendors often include safety warnings and recommend adult supervision. These gadgets are highlighted to inform and warn, not to promote or instruct illegal use. Laws vary widely. What's legal in one state or country can be banned the next block over. Always verify local regulations before buying or carrying any item shown here. Prioritize de-escalation and never use these devices to commit harm. If you're interested in legal self-defense, seek certified training and local legal advice. If you found this useful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into controversial gear.